I was over at Woodrow's channel. Geez, he's putting up so many good videos, and a lot of them too, really good quality. Just get over to Woodrow's channel as soon as you can. Just great, especially if you're an Aussie. He's got a lot of really great Aussie content. That Wayne Glue video was just incredible. I watched it from start to finish. Now, he had a recent video where he had an excerpt from Brendan O'Connell. Now, get to Brendan O'Connell's YouTube channel as well. And Brendan's right on top of this Talpiot, this Israeli, I guess, plan to take over the cyber world with technology and control and be able to look at everything. And it prompted me to come back to this Malaysia Airlines, because I remember Jim Willey. He was the one, I didn't know about Freescale until I was listening to Jim Willey. He's a great guy to listen to as well, just YouTube Jim as well. And he's a financial analyst, but he does get into the conspiracy stuff. And he mentioned how Freescale got the patent to this chip that when this plane crashed, all these other people died. And he was talking about how important it was to have the fastest chip in order to be able to counter any kind of software that's trying to hack you. As long as your chip and your processor is faster and more complex, then you'll be able to repel. If you've got the equivalent software, it'll come down to hardware. So your software is acting more quickly, and it can cut off any attack. So we start off here, the connection between MH370 and Israel, and there is one. I've just had a quick look at it. So we've got this plane, Malaysia Airlines MH370 crashes, and here is a coincidence. Rothschild inherits Freescale semiconductor patent, result of engineers' deaths. Worth a read, and you can read all this. There's a link at the top. It's in linkedin.com, Pulse Coincidence. So anyway, you can read about that. So we look at Freescale. Now, Freescale ended up, if you read down this part here, in December 2015, NXP Semiconductors merged with Freescale. And Freescale got dropped, and now they're just called NXP. And if we look here, NXP proven partner Arcor. Arcor is an independent software company offering advanced embedded software platforms and state-of-the-art software and tools and industry, as well as comprehensive development services, prototyping. Anyway, they NXP have partnered with Arcor, so they'll be swapping technologies, no doubt. Chips. Now, bear in mind, NXP now has the Freescale chip. And, of course, Vector, Swallow Swedish company Arcor. These things are always pre-planned to transfer of technology and the taking over of companies. And Vector invests in Israeli energy management software company called Emprest. And what is Emprest? Emprest is a private Israeli company producing applications. It serves commercial partners as well as military and law enforcement agencies. The battle management system, so they're a tech company. And they have access to, obviously, there's at least a track for access to that Freescale chip that Jim Willey was talking about as having the fastest or most advanced chip that they killed all those people for. So there you go. Have a look at Woodrow's video where he has the excerpt, and even go to Brendan O'Connell's and just look at the Talpiot. So yeah, Israel is all the best tech is all heading to Israel. And we know why. That's going to be the bankers' capital of the world once they manage to trash everyone's economies. You looked at my last video on those guns. Yep, the battle lines are drawn wherever those bollards are and the 300-meter range semi-automatics that you're going to be up against. When all that comes crashing down, and their plan is that we just become a bit of a lawless wasteland. A wasteland that requires machine guns to keep us in check, because we'll just be so unruly and uncivilized, and they'll be running things from Israel in their civil. And that's not having to go at Israelis. In fact, a lot of people living in Israel now, the Palestinians, but even the real Israelis, the real Jews, the Torah Jews that don't agree with Israel being there, they're going to cop it as well. So anyway, that's their plan. And yeah, like I said, this is just sort of that MH370, all those people died. And you don't tell me they hadn't planned that years in advance to then transfer this technology to join up with the Talpiot chips and systems they've all got over there in Israel. All right, that's it for this one.